Good morning, Mr. Patti. Uh, Previously, we have studied about the history chapter, that is the extent of the empire, contact with the distant land. Now, we are going to study about climate, vegetation, and wildlife. What is the climate? What is vegetation? And what is wildlife? That is on chapter number 8 of geography. Okay. So, firstly, we are going to read about the introduction. What is the introduction of this chapter? Next, we are going to know about factors affecting the climate. What are the factors which are affecting the climate? Next, distance from the equator. It is also the thing which affects the climate and also the weather of that particular area. So, what is introduction? The climate of a place make a huge difference to the people who live in the very cold climate may make it impossible for people to live at a place, and very hot and dry place may also affect the feasibility of habitation. Okay, the climate of a place make a huge difference between the people living over there. Okay, the people who are living into the desert area, they have the different culture, they have the different traditions, they wear the different clothes as compared to the people who are living into the hilly areas or into the mountain areas. So, the thing is that plant and vegetation along with the animals are dependent on the climate and what type of climate is suitable for them. Okay, into the desert area you will find the camels rearing over there, and into the hilly areas you will find the mountainous goat or the animals which are living into the mountain areas. Okay, just as the owls, the white owls, or the snow leopard, or the snow tiger. These type of animals are living into the mountain area. If we put the mountainous animals into the desert area and desert area animal into the mountainous area, so there will be difficulty for the survival of both of the animals. Okay, so they have adopted that particular place, that particular climate, and according to that they can survive. Human is the different one. What what he can do? He can survive in any climate which he wants to. So, factors affecting the climate. Firstly, we are going to start factors that are affecting the climate. In the previous chapter, you studied that India is situated in the northern hemisphere. In the previous chapter, in chapter number 7, we have studied that India is located into the northern hemisphere. You also know that the inclination of the earth and its revolution around the sun are responsible for the changing of the seasons. We have also read that the revolution, the earth which revolves around the sun, it also affects the season by which seasons are totally changing. Sometimes 6 months summer and 6 months winter. Next, if you recall, it also shows how the part of the earth in the northern hemisphere get more heat in the month of May to July. We have also did that how the northern hemisphere above the equator gets the more heat into the month of the May to the July, and much lesser heat in the month of the November to January. Into the month of the November to January, we get less heat. Why is it so? Is it because of the revolution of the earth around the sun? This is how the 4 seasons, namely summer, autumn, winter and spring, are formed in a cycle of 1 year. In a cycle of 1 year, as the earth takes 1 year to complete one revolution, okay, 365.1 and half days to complete one revolution. In the same way, there are many types of seasons which take part into whole year, such as summer, autumn, winter, spring. These are the seasons which used to change into a particular year, into the whole year. Next, while the seasons are defined and have a fixed pattern, For the whole of the hemisphere, local conditions affect the climate. Okay. While the seasons are defined and have a fixed pattern of the whole of the hemisphere, local conditions affect the climate. The local condition of that particular area, affect the climate. Means into the mountainous area, when we go into the mountain area, there is always winter. Okay. People used to survive into the winter season. There is always winter, snowfall is always over there. And when we come to the southern area, no winter season is over there. The whole year they are suffering from the summer. But into the plain area, into the central area, when we come into the plain area, into the central area, we survive into the both conditions. That is, both into the winter season and also into the summer season. So, climate, we can say that the climate of that particular area is also affected by that. We can say that apples are found into the mountainous area, not into the plain area. Mangoes are found into the plain area, not into the mountainous area. And bamboos and cactus are mostly found into the desert as compared to the plain area or into the mountainous area. So these plants and animals have adopted that type of climate and used to survive into that. Next, the climates of a region is affected by the following. Firstly, the latitude or the distance from the equator. Distance from the equator also affect the climate. Such as, I am drawing the diagram. This is our Earth. Okay, there is a equator. There is equator. So the distance from the equator, as we go far into the northern hemisphere, we can say that it becomes more colder. It becomes more colder, and when we far from into the southern hemisphere, the southern pole becomes more colder. So the distance from the equator also affects the climate. When we get closer to the equator, here the things are totally changed. Here the climate is totally hot. Amazon basin, forest of Zaire, Sahara desert, these all the landforms. These all landforms are found in this tropical region. Okay, into this tropical region. And when we get far away from the equator, it becomes colder and colder. It becomes more colder. And at the polar areas, we can see that there is a sheet of ice over there, and all things are covered into ice. So, the latitude or the distance of the equator also matters to convert the particular climate. Next, the altitude or height from the mean sea level. Also, the height from the sea level also affected the climate. How is it? We are living on the plain area. We are enjoying both seasons, that is summer and winter. And when we get on the higher altitude, means when we get up to the mountain area, when we get higher and higher, what happens? When we get higher and higher, the temperature gets low with the height of the altitude. Height of altitude higher in altitude, decrease in temperature. When we get up higher and higher into the mountains, when we used to visit the Vaishno Devi, when you get upward higher and higher into the mountains, as compared to the lower level, the mountain area, the upper hills, you will feel cold over there. Why is it? get up and up, increase in height, the pressure, the atmospheric pressure is over there, it decreases the temperature, and we felt cold on that area. Next, the distance from the sea. Distance from the sea also affects the climate. How it is? With the areas which are closer, such as the southern area, southern part of the area, the areas which are closer to the sea, the areas which are closer to the sea, the areas which are closer to the sea, they have the moderate climate. Okay, such as when you visit into the Mumbai, when you visit into the Goa, when you visit into Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Kanyakumari, when you used to visit over there, you will feel the moderate climate. There is not so much cold and not so much hot. You will feel the moderate climate over there. Next, the direction of the wind also affects the climate. Okay. Next, the surface of the earth, which include the direction of mountain ranges and obstruction of two winds. Okay. The surface of the surface area which are covered with the mountain. What the mountains do? Mountains used to stop that particular wind or the monsoon which winds used to carry to the other area. Into the next video, we will get to know about that point. Okay, up to this you have to prepare it and into the next video you will get to know about the distance from the equator and the altitude of the mean sea level. Thank you.